The reason we called this Easter commemoration and rally was for a number of different facts. One is to remember those who came before us and those who laid down the foundation stones of this republic. And those who gave their lives and spent their lives in trying to create it. We also do these things to look back at the year that has gone, to see what successes and what failures we've had. And we use it to look forward to the 12 months that's coming. And we are in really exciting times. We have moved this project on hugely. Look around today. The 50 people that RTE will tell us are here. Look around.
Get up the Irish!
Later on, when we release the drone footage, you will see almost 50,000 people here today. Last year, we beat the whole political class and the whole NGO class in 2 referendums where they wanted to take mothers and women out of the Constitution. And they say that they're the feminists. We had successes in the local elections. We had councillors, around 6 or 7 councillors elected. That was a huge step forward for an organisation that didn't have any councillors. And that is a hugely positive step. And all of us who were in the councils used those seats to push forward our message that this country should be run by its people and for its people. In the general elections in November, unfortunately people voted. People voted for. There is torn of the same. People stood. People on our side of the fence made huge progress in that election. If you look at the percentage of the vote that we got in every constituency in this country, we need to build on that. But probably one of the biggest drivers for us this year has been St. Patrick's Day in the White House. And it doesn't matter who the messenger is, it's the message. And that message was brought very clearly to Irish America. And you read, when Brian read the proclamation, they talked about the contacts internationally and particularly with our children abroad and with those in Irish America. And we are now calling out to our friends and family in America and throughout the world to look at what is happening here. 16 million people follow Tucker Carlson. 10 million people follow Conor McGregor. That is a huge reach that we couldn't get without those 2 people. In generations to come, people will remember St. Patrick's Day 2025 as being the key point in our battle. And when Donald Trump hopefully comes here later in the year, we will be the ones having audiences with him. Not the people who are relegated to the week before St. Patrick's Day in the White House.
Keep sharing, folks.
And it's incredible that a couple of 100 people on the other side of O'Connell Street, people led by a man who wants to lead the country, but doesn't know whether his child is a boy or a girl.
That's a member of Parliament called Paul Murphy.
We have shown them who represents the people of Ireland and who represents the working class. Imagine that the left in any country would stand up and counter-protest people who are saying, we want houses for our people. We want a healthcare system for our people. We want a decent quality of life. We don't want to be paying 3/4 of the price of a litre of petrol and tax. We want lower taxes. We want better addiction services. We want an end to our homeless problem. We don't want every bed and breakfast and hotel being used, not alone for IPAS applicants, but for our own homeless people. They should be in houses first. in relation to a lot of the homeless people have other issues. We haven't increased the services. There are no more quality detox beds, for instance, than there were 30 years ago.
Exactly.
There are no more addiction services.
Exactly.
Because most of the NGOs who are involved in the drugs industry or help the homeless are only interested in helping themselves. It's like we'll feed the hungry, but give me 100 grand first. And that's exactly what they do when they set up all of these agencies who have the ear of government and dictate policy. But we have shown them today by the sheer weight of numbers. We don't need violence. We don't need to roar and shout at them. Your mere presence here today speaks for itself. When this is reported in the media, in the mainstream, if they even do bother reporting it doesn't matter. We're speaking to an international audience. We're speaking to the Liberal. We're speaking to Gript. We're speaking to people like Philip Dwyer, who all have massive followings on social media. We're speaking to GB News. We're speaking to journalists here from throughout Europe. We're speaking to Rebel News, who are live streaming some of this straight into the US as we speak. All of those people are our media now. We don't need the Irish Times. We don't need RTE. We don't need Virgin. We don't need any of these people. We will create our own news station. We are moving rapidly. I'll just finish on this because people expect that there'll be major announcements. We are engaged, many of us, right around the country in talks to move this project forward. And again, I'll refer to the proclamation where they say we work well in secret and in the open. Some things we must do in secret to drive this project forward. And people need to accept that. If we put something onto social media, it's everywhere within seconds. That will defeat our project. We are building a workers' revolutionary movement to represent the working class. The Boyd Barrett, the Paul Murphy, the Coppingers, the Shinners, the Suck Dems, all of those people. Their day is over. Our law on Shorenish. Bad boy, agus an football to do.
Malachy Steenson, Cllr Malachy Steenson, folks.